everybody, welcome back to Myra Lorraine, my YouTube channel. Thank you all for stopping in to watch this video. You know, I really appreciate all of you guys hitting that play button just to see what I'm up to. But today, I know last week I talked about possibly getting this new special project that I'm working on to you. I promise it will be next week because it is done. Fitting is final. And I've taken pictures of it and did a video and the whole 9 yards, but I wanted to get this little project here into you very quickly because it is special to me for a special occasion right now. And this is something that I worked on to support Black History Month. Now, Natita from So Natural Dane, a lot of you guys know who I'm talking about when I say Natita. She's a good friend of mine. Every year she hosts the BHM Pattern Designers Challenge. And this year is no different. She's actually having a very special luxury live retreat coming up next week, I believe it is. Unfortunately, I'm not able to go this time. But I wanted to help support her in her endeavors. While I'm not in the challenge, I am supporting her efforts because they are definitely worthwhile to me as well. Well, in support of that, and I put up her rules here, and I'm going to place a link to her Instagram for the challenge because you still have time. It runs until the end of the month. So just so long as you have a Black pattern designer, could be any kind of designer, it could be sewing patterns, what I'm doing, you know, yarn work, anything, as long as it's a Black pattern designer, then you can join that challenge. And you have to make sure you follow the rules, which I posted those, and I will provide a link to the BHM Pattern Designers Instagram. Now, let me talk about what I did for Black History Month and for the designers. Now, this is a young lady I've been following for a long time, only because I love what she does. Absolutely stunning work. I don't know if a lot of you know, but I do knit, I do crochet. I just don't do it all the time, but I do know how to do it and follow a pattern. Well, this one, I'm rusty, so there was a few complications with it, and it was all user error, and I'll talk to you about that. But I absolutely adore the one that I picked out to make from her. Her name is Agnes, and she has a YouTube channel. She also is on Instagram, but her name is Agnes, and the name of her YouTube channel is AC Crochets. And let me tell you, this lady, she is absolutely amazing with her work. This young lady really does her thing. She knows what she's doing. But this particular pattern, when it popped up and I saw it, I just fell in love with it. And I thought, oh my gosh, I gotta get some of those hooks, the crochet hooks, out of the dust. Actually, I had to buy new ones because I lost all of mine when I lost my house. But I had to get me some more needles and some yarn to make this one. Because when I saw this picture that I posted up here of her website, and she had that YouTube video posted, I went, oh my gosh, I gotta do it. Well, this one, she actually sells patterns. She has a website too. I'll link all of her information down below in the description box. But this particular pattern, she did not have a written pattern. You actually have to follow her YouTube. She explains everything, the measurements, how to do the pattern, all of that. She explains it on this YouTube video that I linked below. So I had to follow her YouTube video because I wanted this top. Well, it turned out really good, and I'm looking down because I'm looking at my notes because I don't want to mess up or forget anything. But one of the things she mentions was in there, she tells you all the tools you need. And she said for this particular one, she tells you the weight of the yarn, and she also tells you how many skeins that she purchased. And to make this top, it was 4 skeins. If you get in a larger size, of course, it'll be more skeins. But the place that she buys her yarns from, I believe she's in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. And I wanted to get mine from the US. So I went on a hunt to see if I could find the same kind of Angora looking yarn. and I found it. I found mine on Amazon. It was a little pricey, but I found it on Amazon, and it was $89 for this 10 pack of this of the yarn that you see. And they had my color, you guys. You know I love blue. Oh my gosh. And they had this, what they call, I think they call it a sky blue. But in actuality, when you see the pictures of me in it, I made a light blue Sammy cami to go underneath this. And it is light blue. But when you put it up against this, and I don't have it in here in the room with me, I wish I did, but you'll see it on the pictures on me. This looks kind of purplish. So I think they said it was a sky blue, but I'm thinking it's more of a periwinkle, like a cornflower blue, because if you put it up against blue, it looks purple. And you put it up against purple, it looks blue. So that's the trick for me. But either way, I love it, because this is my color, you guys. I absolutely love it. All right, so we talked about that, and I showed you the yarn. Now, how long did this take me to make? I just want to make sure I didn't miss it. It took me about 3 weeks, and the reason why it took me 3 weeks, because this is a fast one to put together. I probably could have done it in 2 weeks, but I only did it when I had a little time. And that was never during the daytime. It was only at night when I was watching a movie with my husband or just sitting having a chit chat with my husband. That's when I devoted time for it. So I'll show you a picture. We were watching TV one evening. We were watching a movie. I can't remember the movie, but we were watching a movie, and I hopped up. I said, oh my gosh, you know what? I need to record this. So I started recording it so that you guys could see me actually making this. I did make it. And but it was fast, you know, as long as I'm watching TV and I can crochet it. Once you learn the pattern, it's just a repeat that you continue all the way up until you get your length. And Agnes is really good about telling you the length for your size. One of the problems, now let's start talking about the problems that I told you. First, I'm going to tell you about this neckline. It looks like a boat neck, but I made it a little bit smaller because in my photos, this is what you'll see. But when I first tried it on, I loved it, but it was my usual size. It fell off the shoulder. I will be remaking this, and I'll tell you why. I mentioned to you that Agnes said that this top takes 4 skeins. Well, you know that in my pack I showed you I had 10. Well, I have approximately 4 full ones and this little bit here left. And that's because I had made a mistake. When I got about this much on one, and I had to take it all apart. And this is not easy to take apart. Agnes actually says that on her video, that you want to be careful with this because with all the fuzziness of it, when you try to pull it apart like you normally do if you make a mistake, the fuzziness gets knotted up sometimes and you'll have to break it. And I did find that happening, like every 3 pulls, it would knot up and then I have to break it. So, but as you see, I have enough. I have I have 5 full skeins here, so I have enough to remake this top, and I am. But anyways, when I had put it together, I liked it with the off the shoulder, but for sake of the videos, because you guys know I'm always in the off the shoulder, love that. I made it more of a boat neck, which is something I usually don't wear, but I didn't mind with this. But on my new one, I'm gonna leave it a little wider so it can't fall off the side of the shoulder, because I like that look. The other pointer that she did say in the video, and Myra misbehaved and didn't do what she was supposed to, was use your markers. And that's where I ran into mistake number 1. In my videos that you'll see when I turn to the side, I have a high-low hem. It's lower in the back than it is in the front. And I purposely made it look like that was intentional because I was counting peaks. You know, there's peaks and valleys in here is what they call each of these different loops. And I was counting those, but I miscalculated. Had I put a marker on there like she told me to do, I would have seen my marker and known where to stop, but didn't do that. So my one front was shorter than my back. So I said, what the heck, I'm not gonna pull that back apart. We're gonna have high-low. Okay, mistake number 2, which was major, and the reason why I'm making this again. A lot of you probably won't notice it. I know if Agnes is watching this video, she will say, what the heck did she do with that sleeve? Well, you'll notice, and I'll show it to you guys because you guys are my buddies. In here, there looks like there's a thicker, darker section in here. Well, that's because Myra had to fix the sleeve. When I first put this on, and I had put the sleeve up, and I measured based on this. But in watching TV, I think I went up maybe 1 or 2. And before I know it, I had done both sleeves the same, thinking that they were right. When I finally put this all together and put it on the first time, these sleeves were down to here. I mean, it looked like I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So I said, oh my gosh, how am I gonna fix this? I cannot take this thing apart. And I can't cut it. If you cut it, it's gonna unravel. You can't serge it or sew on it because of the way it's crocheted. So the only thing you do is crochet it together. So that's what I did. I pulled in the sleeve, and that's what you're seeing in there. I pulled in the sleeve and then crocheted it up there so it would stay up. And, you know, I could have made it like a decorative cuff on the outside here and turn it, you know, that made that right side out. But I didn't want to because I know in my mind I'm going to remake this. This one I'm not going to get rid of. I will wear around the house. But when I get ready to go somewhere, it will be my new one. But no, I'm not getting rid of this. But yeah, now the sleeves, I like them long. I like them to hit me right here. I think that's a nice look for this particular sleeve. I have adjusted, and I did write my pattern after I followed Agnes's YouTube. What I did was I wrote down so that I have something to follow. And in there, I put my measurements, the correct measurements for my sleeve this time. So when I get ready to do it the next time, I can just pull up my notes and there it is. But, so what else? The sleeve length. So the sleeve length is really perfect now. I talked to you about the hem length and the mistake I made with that. So if you're doing something like this, and you crocheters and knitters out there already know, you know, especially my buddy Sarah, she does amazing knitting. Oh my gosh, just absolutely incredible. But I'm sure she's laughing at me. It's like, Myra, you know you need to use some markers. And I will the next time. From now on, I will. It's just an easy thing to do. You can use a pen, a piece of yarn, a different color, anything to make a marker. But put your marker in so you know where you are. But I am in love with the sweater. It is time for me to put up, you know, this, the pictures of me in it so that you can see it on me. I love this. I'm so happy I did this. And I don't know, it's kind of brought my love back for crocheting. I don't know what to tell you guys. I love this thing, and I hope you like it too. Let me know in the comments, you guys, what you're feeling about this crocheting. And this young lady, she is an amazing designer, period. I was going to say black designer, but she's an amazing designer, and her patterns are just wonderful. I love this thing she created here. Oh my gosh, and I can see me doing different types of sweaters using this pattern because I like this lace pattern so much. If I can find a different color that I absolutely love. Just amazing. Anyway, that's it for this video, you guys. And I will be seeing you in my next video. My next video will be that special project I told you about. It turned out amazing, and I really like it, and I hope you will too, but it will be in my next video. And this one over here you're seeing, that will be after my special project. That one turned out really nice too. Unfortunately, I had a rough spot with that, and it was materials, but I love it anyway, and I hope you guys will too. So until my next video, I will see you all again. Thank you so much for stopping in, and have a wonderful, blessed day.